All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the 1/3. May peace and blessings be unto your households. And, this is, younger brothers class or whatever, right? And I'm here with the brother Yesai, also with the brother Warga. And we're just going to get into basically how we count it all joy that we suffer, right? Because the he's being turned up on Jake, right? Brothers are catching more hell. Satan's fucking with them more, whether it's on their woman, their job, or even just in the mind, all right? Whatever it may be, man, the brothers are starting to catch more hell, right? And you got to remember that we got to look to these scriptures honestly for comfort, right? We're supposed to count it all but joy, because it shows that the Lord, he loves us. He cares about us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in the house of mourning. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sighing and crying to get out of this place. All right? But go ahead and start with this Sirach chapter 2.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, or Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
God says, whatever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. All right, so the suffering, of course, you're not gonna be all like this stupid happy about going through it, but you're supposed to take it on the chin, man. All right, we knew it was coming. All right, we knew that if you counted the cost, of course, you knew that we was going to suffer. So in other words, we had to take these sufferings cheerfully, because we got to know that all this is doing is making us better. All right, because the Lord's not gonna put something on us that we can't handle, and everything that the Lord is doing within each individual brother's walk, it's to better them in that walk, whatever it may be. All right, and it says, be patient when thou change the lower state, man. So you be patient. All right, when you going through it, you pray for, first and foremost, you should be praying to the Lord, because it's the whole purpose of it happening. It's for you to pray unto him, to call unto him, and then you wait. All right, and you being patient goes until you suffering, because that's the hard part. You have to wait for him to show that mercy, to lift that burden off of you, all right, of whatever it may be.
Got a book for you.
Yeah, you go ahead.
This Psalms 55 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Cast thy burden upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
God, he said, cast the burdens upon the Lord. So when you be put in these situations, all right, whatever tribulation that you're going through, man, you're supposed to call onto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because he's the one. You got to remember that he's the one that put that burden on you. All right, he's just waiting on you to see when you're gonna call on him so he can take it off. All right, as it says, he cast thy burden upon the Lord, and the Lord shall sustain thee. So he gonna sustain us, man. He gonna make sure we good. All right, he's not gonna sit there and just leave us to the wolves, man. The Lord gonna get us out of it. All right, or whatever situation it is, because once you keep in mind that it was Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the reason why I'm in this, all right, he's also gonna be the reason why you get out of it. All right, but you have to call upon him first. All right, the Lord is like he's a father. All right, he's a father. What father don't want the son to call upon him in the time of need? All right, he's sitting there waiting on that. All right, you gonna call on me? All right, just let me know. Right, so that's why it's important to when you are put in these situations, these trials and tribulations, to call on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because that's really the whole purpose of it happening. All right, because right now we're basically in boot camp. All right, because all these tribulations that we going through right now is going to build us up for Jacob's trouble, man. Exercising that muscle in the mind to rely on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because if you being honest, every situation you was put in, no matter what, you had to call on to the Lord. All right. And the times, and if there was a time that you didn't or whatever, you best believe that you learn, like, yeah, I should have prayed to the Lord. Boom. You always, in other words, man, these trials and tribulations not for nothing. All right, they're to make us better, to make us harder, to make us stronger, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for the times that we're getting ready to come into. But we could get
for you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is I want to get this one. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 1. For so much then as Hamashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, So, you know, if you're suffering in Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? Well, when you come back to the obedience of the scriptures, what it's going to cause you to suffer here. Why? Because you're ceasing from sin. Why? Because when you read in Luke, what it says, Simon, Simon, you know what I'm saying? Peter, he says, Satan had desire to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. So if you're suffering here, it's the reading that you're suffering because you're doing something right. You're ceasing from sin. That's why our brother said, kind of our joy when we suffer. Because if we're suffering here, that means you ceasing from doing those pleasures of the flesh. You're denying yourself, as Yahweh Shai say you must do if you want to be his disciple. And what's the result of that? The fruit of that could be salvation. You know what I'm saying? If you endure it, the fruit of that is going to be salvation. You're going to receive salvation for pretty much not fulfilling the pleasures of the lust of the flesh and fulfilling the wants and desires of the Lord. And that's going to come with you suffering pretty much.
You know, scripture says, he that departeth from iniquity maketh himself a prey. All right. And the way we make ourselves a prey is because of this society, bro. All right. This society is completely adverse to Yahweh Shem Shah, man. All right. As it says in John chapter 7, verse 7. All right. The world cannot hate you, but it hate it because I testify against it. All right. So if the world hates you, if you suffering here and the world doesn't like you, that's a great thing. All right, because you know the Lord wasn't liked here. All right, aren't we following in his footsteps? Did he not suffer? All right, that's me, and likewise we're gonna have to suffer as well. All right, can someone get John 15 and 20?
That was John 15 and 20. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
This John chapter 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. They have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Guys, so if the Lord went through it, guess what? We're gonna have to go through it. All right, especially if we follow in his footsteps. All right, he's the what's the word? The example of what we should be in this walk. All right, as a man down here in the flesh. All right, so with us following his footsteps, guess what? If he was persecuted, like I said, guess what? We're gonna be persecuted. All right. Did he not suffer? Guess what? We got to suffer as well. All right. Hey, count it all but joy, man. It's a beautiful thing that we get to suffer in righteousness' sake. All right. In the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, because these two thirds, they're not exempt from suffering. It's just their suffering is in vain. That's the only difference. Our suffering, we're suffering for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and there's a reward behind that.
Got a quick one for you.
Go ahead.
It's John 7 and 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil. So that's the spirit of the Lord. Lord is basically bearing witness in this place is not righteous, and that's what we're doing. We're doing the same exact thing. So within us coming against this age of Esau Edom, the age is gonna be against us. These people are down with this age of Esau's rulership. So we're in that same time period where we're against the age of Esau. So we're not gonna be the top guys in this world. That's why the scripture say, woe unto you when men shall speak well of you. They spoke well of the false prophets.
Yeah.
The Lord is not down with this kingdom. So we're ultimately with the Lord's way. So now the Lord has it set up where the people in his kingdom is coming against us. Also at this for you too.
You
get it.
I just want to get to it quick because you were speaking how, you know, because just because you haven't came back to the obedience of the scripture, that doesn't exempt you from suffering, because us as a whole nation, we all under the curses. So we all suffering, whether your suffering be for righteous sake or your suffering be in vain, like you said. But this is a scripture going to this is 2 Ezra chapter 17 verse 8. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for the wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. So that's what the brother pretty much was going to when he said that. You know what I'm saying? Because the wicked, they suffer these things, but they're suffering in vain, because they're not suffering for the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. While the elect, Lord wouldn't be that number, they're suffering for the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, which is going to be backed by a reward, man. That's that wide that we see. Us receiving salvation for these shortcomings we come across in Babylon the Great, these sufferings that we come across in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? For the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai.
The only thing is that we're suffering more because, you know, we got Satan on our back now. We're in the radar of Satan. All right, that's the only reason why we will suffer more. All right, yeah, as the brother quoted Luke 22 and 31, how Simon Satan desired to have you that he may shift you as wheat, right? So Satan gonna desire to have you, and he desires to have you because you serve Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Of course, you're gonna suffer more, all right? You got to remember that these 2/3, man, this is their consolation. All right, and consolation goes into something you run to for comfort or rest. And our consolation is Yahweh Shah, because that's what we run to for peace. All right. So these 2/3, yeah, they're gonna be suffering regardless, but we're gonna be suffering more because guess what? The Lord cares about us. All right. The Lord cares about it. Therefore, He gonna make sure that we get right and make sure that we be built up for the test that we're gonna go. The test we're gonna come up against. All right. Jacob's trouble. Also, really the hour of temptation. This the sea hip. All right.
That's that John 15. You know what I'm saying? What it's like. That's that John 15. You know when He says that every branch that is in me, you know what I'm saying, that bear fruit, I purge it that it may bring forth more fruit. So that's just going into like, we had a Hebrews 12, we were going to bring it out later, but it goes to how the Lord chastened us for our profit, you know. But you go ahead, so I know you.
God, this is going to what we were talking about earlier, and that's Sirach, the second chapter, because like ultimately this trial is ultimately nothing but a test. It's the Lord seeing, okay, are you, do you truly believe in me or not? And those who truly believe on Yahweh Bashem Rashad, their faith is going to be perfected through these times. 1 Peter chapter 1 and 6 and 7 NLT. So be truly glad, there is a wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure trials for a while. That's why Scripture say, bless the man that endure temptation. It's going to be a while. The Lord going to try us out.
Yeah.
We're in the hour of temptation. What does it say though? Verse 7, these trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. Though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. People are killed for gold. But our faith is way more precious than the gold, man. Because guess what? It's a gift given directly from Yahweh Bashem Rashad. And that's what the Lord does by this adversity and affliction. He brings our faith, He makes our faith better. You see? That's because it says it purifies. It says as gold is purified, that's how He does with your faith. By putting us through these trials and tribulations. So in order for our faith to get to that highest level, we got to go through these things. That's the only way.
God, and with us going through these things, expect it to get harder. All right, because the Lord, He's not gonna keep testing you with the exact same thing. All right, yeah, He's not gonna keep testing you with the exact same thing if you're getting stronger, because that test is not gonna really affect you no more. It's almost like saying, like, at first you didn't know what 2 + 2 was, now you know what it is. He can't keep throwing that same test on you. It got to be harder. Okay, what's 20 + 20 or whatever? You know what I mean? So you expect for the hell to increase because you're getting stronger. All right, with you getting stronger, the hell's going to increase more and more and more. All right, so that's something to keep in mind when you go through something that you like usually never went through before, or like it's like, dang, it was worse than the last time I went through this. All right, count it all but joy, man, because that's a sign of you growing.
Yeah.
All right, because if it didn't get harder, man, hey, you're not growing. But the Lord gets it harder so He can keep breaking you, because that's the only way He can break you down to build you back up. All right, that's why we count a joy, because the Lord, all He's doing it's a continuous cycle, right? He just breaks us down just to build us right back up, break us down, build us back up stronger each time. So each time we getting stronger, you got to best believe that them trials and them tribulations you're gonna go through is gonna get harder. All right.
That's what if I can add to you. That's just like when somebody's lifting weights. Eventually, that you get a point where you can't hit 2 plates. And now you hit 2 plates. That get easy. Now you trying to hit 3 plates. now you got to keep adding weight and getting stronger and stronger, because that's what the Lord does with us. So eventually, the hell, because we're all catching hell. We in the truth.
Yep.
So you gonna catch hell, but eventually you're gonna be able to bear the hell that you're already going through. And now the Lord, like, okay, He's bearing that's pretty too easy now. Now I gotta give him more, to a point where now he gotta apply these scriptures. Now he gotta get his mindset built. Now you gotta do all this to get through that. Oh, now I'm gonna give him another obstacle. He's getting kind of comfortable with that. Lord's basically putting us in that consistent mindset of trying to wanting to get out of here.
Yeah.
Keep us in that mindset of trying to, like, want Yahweh try to return and get us. So guess what? Eventually you might, Jake might kind of get, you might be having this stuff. You might have a kid. You might whatever. Boom. You got all that hell you got to catch. Now eventually that's not really that hard for you to bear no more. Now Lord, okay, nope. Now I got to bring you this trial. Okay, you get used to that. Now I got to bring you this trial. That's how the Lord does. He works out our faith as if you're working out. Because eventually you can't just lift the same weight. You can't be lifting 1 plate. Your max, like if your max lift is 3 plates, 315 pounds, 135 pounds ain't gonna really do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna do that shit like it's nothing. You ain't gonna really get getting stronger. That's how Lord is. Lord got to make you get stronger. He got to put more burden on you. I'm finished out.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, so when your faith remains strong enough through many trials, it will bring much praise and honor and glory on the day when Yahweh Shah Mashiach is revealed to the whole world. So that's what's gonna happen. That's what we're being built up for. That perfect day. Our faith is being completed day by day by these trials and tribulations, man. You see, so we got to count it joy. That's showing the Lord showing that he's dealing with us.
God.
And like you, just add a quick little point, because I remember, brothers have brung out, it made me think about that forging of the sword, as you put it in fire, you beat it and you put it in water. The one thing that when it comes to forging a sword, what happened? It's like a process. If you put let's substitute the sword for the faith. Lord putting your faith in the fire, and he's hardening it, so every step of the way the sword is getting more closer to perfection. As the scripture say, the path of the just it is a shining light that's shining more and more into the perfect day. That's when putting it in the fire, breaking it down, putting it in there. Oh, it survived. All right, now it's time for the next stage, because it's gotten stronger. Now we got to do more. Like the brother went into working out. You can't be sitting here keep benching 135 and your max is 225 now. Because 135 is going to be too light. It was hard, but now your muscles are more developed to where they can handle that 135. Now they at the point of handling 225. Now you got to go up to 270, and just keep elevating. That's how the Lord is treating our faith. He did the same thing with King David. When you read 1 Samuel 17, King David was telling Saul how the Lord had delivered him, had delivered the lion into his hands, had delivered a bear into his hands. So the Lord was like increasing David's faith so he could be ready to fight the Philistine. You know what I'm saying?
God. It really, we
Philistine pretty much.
God, how you think we're going glory to glory? All right. In order for you to go glory to glory, you have to be going through something, right? You don't get increased from doing nothing or being put through nothing. All right. But we get that Hebrews.
Yeah, I got you.
Unless you had something to say. No, not the 2 and 10.
Oh, you got 12.
12. Yeah, we're gonna get 12.
Read, verse 2, then I'm gonna jump down to verse 7.
Go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the power of Yahushua.
God, so we have to pretty much do that. All right, what do you say? He focused on the joy set before him, and he endured it. Right. That's why it's important for us to have the talks about the kingdom. All right, about like what we're gonna do in the kingdom. Lord willing, we endure. All right, focusing on that joy set before is going to help you, give you even more full fuel to keep going, to keep fighting. All right, to endure the things that you're going through. All right, and then at the end, it said he was set on the right hand side of the Most High, man, which really shows how like what we're going through is going to outweigh like by 100,000 times more than what we're going through. All right, what the Lord's going to give us. All right, the Lord's going to reward us beyond measure. All right, but
I'm gonna jump down to verse 6. This is Hebrews 12 and 6. From whom the Lord Yahweh Bahashemashai loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
God, so whoever the Lord loves, man, he chastens him. Right. In other words, you could replace that with discipline. All right, he disciplines them, right? Because that's all the Lord doing. He just disciplining us. All right, with all these trials, the tribulations we're going through, as things get harder and harder. All right, it's going to require a higher level of faith, a higher level of endurance to go through, man. All right, and it's all out of love. It's all out of love that he does that to us, man. Because if he didn't care, he wouldn't do it to us. We'll be as these 2/3, still thinking that life is going to go on 20 plus years or 50 plus years and not have a care in the world. As for us, man, we ready to get out of here, and the Lord is putting hell on us so we can hate like the priest said, so we can hate this place even more. All right.
Hey, if you think about it, because I remember the Khan said it the other day. If you think about it, if you start looking at the Lord putting you through that chastening, and ask the Lord, because he's like, I want you to cry out. You know what I'm saying? I want you to check off the things that the elect will be doing so I can save you. Because when the Lord put us through these chastenings and us hating this place, what does that lead us to do? To cry out. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you fucking get on Instagram, see damn Judah, black bitch, fucking fat as hell. Fuck, I fucking hate this place, man. I can't wait till we get out of here. What is that doing? That's making you cry out now. Because the Lord putting you through stuff that makes you cry out. Because the 2/3, he's not really putting them through hell, so they're not crying out. Babylon ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? They're enjoying it here, so they're not fulfilling a lot of an elect. You know what I'm saying? Because Ezekiel 9:4 says, set a mark upon those that sigh and cry for the abominations done in the midst thereof. So if the Lord putting us, he's making us, the Lord is, if you start looking at it as the Lord is trying to have you check off the things that the elect will be doing at the times, it's going to allow you to really, you know what I'm saying? It's going to allow you to love the chastening of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? As we're going to read in the Job. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish Hebrews 12. I know. Do you want to read it
Nah.
right now?
Hold on. We're gonna get this real quick.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11 and 12. My son, despise not the chastening of Yahweh Bashem Washai, neither be weary of his correction.
God, despise not the chastening. All right, we understand that, you know, when we're getting chastised by Yahweh Bashem Washai, it doesn't feel good. And like, if you're being honest, what person like just wants to suffer, just wants to go through it, that wants to be uncomfortable? Nobody really just wants that. But we understand that, hey, it must be done. So therefore, despise not it, because all it's doing is making us better anyway. All right. And as I pretty much keep saying that, it's like, you know, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. And the reason it is getting harder, because hey, we got to get stronger. All right. We got to get stronger, more hard, more tougher. All right. We got to get more faith. All right. Because every time the Lord get us out of these situations, you best believe our faith got increased. Like, oh, dang, Lord got us out of that bed. You know, but it's levels to it, man. All right. It's levels to it. It's just like with the disciples that couldn't cast out that demon. All right. You know, it wasn't just because, I mean, it says it because of their unbelief, but it really shows that there's levels to it, man. Because it's not like they didn't believe in Yahushua, right? But it's just their belief wasn't on a high enough level to cast out that demon. All right, which shows how there's level to it. Therefore, with these, as things getting harder, our faith is getting higher and higher and higher to be able to trust in Him more and more and more. That's the whole reason for these chastisements. All right. Oh yeah, and on top of that, you know, we suffering for what we did in our past lives too. We can't forget about that. All right, so we can't act like we don't deserve it. All right, so don't get tired of the correction, because it's going to keep coming. All right, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It's either you suffer and take on the chin, just keep going, or you I mean, next only thing is gonna happen is you're gonna fall out. All right, to be honest.
All right. Look at the 12 verse. It's, Proverbs 3 and 12. It reads, "For when Yahweh Bashem Washai love it." Wait, Sraki, read again. Proverbs 3 and 12. "For whom Yahweh Bashem Washai loveth, He corrected, even as the Father the Son in whom He delighted."
God, so whoever the Lord loves, He gonna correct. Right? I mean, if you're a son of His, man, of course He's gonna make sure correct you. Of course He's gonna get on your ass. All right, of course you gonna feel that heat. All right, so it really, you're supposed to be expecting it, because for one, we in the flesh, so we go off all the time. And with us being in the flesh, man, there's always room for improvement. All right, because this flesh is very, what's the best word? Very, I say, limited. All right, you know, we forget shit. You know, we'll learn about something, we'll forget it. You know, you could go off just like that without even trying. It's all due to being in the flesh. But hey, with the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Washai, we can get built up even though we're in the flesh. All right, it really shows how it's really not of us, man. It's really just of Yahweh Bashem Washai.
I got it real quickly.
Go ahead.
This Psalms 119 and verse 71, NLT.
Mm-hmm.
"My suffering was good for me, for it taught me to pay attention to your decrees." King David speaking. So he basically was saying, like, it was good that the Lord brought adversity and afflictions upon him, because what it taught him to obey the Lord. That's ultimately why, what does the scripture say? The fear of the Lord turn away wrath. So wrath comes when you disobey the Lord. So the Lord puts us through things to show us, this is why you do what I say. This is why you believe and have faith on me and do what I say, because your way is not going to work. Mm-hmm. That's why the Lord is training us up right now to fully trust and believe on Him, so we can be able to make it through these times we're about to go into. Because we're about to see Him be in a time never before seen. And the only way that we're going to make it is by faith. You see? By us running back into these scriptures. But that has to be built into you, because you got to believe wholeheartedly in these scriptures for it to be all hell breaking loose, a sight of things, just no hope, and you still believe in these scriptures. Your mindset got to be on a different level for that to happen. And that's why the Lord is building us up for that right now. And then also another thing too, real quick to add, y'all was talking about earlier, you got to be going through some things for a grown ass man to cry out. So yeah, the Lord make it have it set up where y'all don't make you cry out. All right, you see. And that's going to take more hell. Look at what Yahushua had to go through for him to cry out. Yahushua is the best of us all. He had to be on the cross. He basically Yahushua got jacked the hell up through his whole walk. A man of sorrows, bleeding, tears and stuff. And eventually, when he was on that cross, he said it. "Lord, why hast thou forsaken me? Father, why hast thou forsaken me?" You see? So, hey, even Yahushua cried. It took all of that for Yahushua to cry out. But guess what? We're following Yahushua. The Lord's going to put us to that point too. So That's gonna lead to finally having that complete level of faith for us to be in a death situation like Yahushua was and still be calling out to the Lord, man. What you got, brother?
God.
The Hebrews, right?
Yeah, you go ahead. Hop
This
back
is,
in
back
Hebrews.
in the Hebrews 12, we have verse 7 now. If you endure chastening, Yahweh Shah dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastens not?
God, so if you endured that chastisement that the Lord put on you, all right, that fire that He put under you, guess what, man? The Lord deals with you. All right, it really shows. That's why this really the reason why you should, count it all but joy, because the fact that you're suffering in the names of Yahweh Shah lets you know should let you know that the Lord is dealing with you. You're like, oh, damn, I'm going through this shit. Damn, man, call all Yahweh Shah. All right, like no normal dude. No normal Jake is doing it. No normal Jake is getting all praises, honors, and glories to the Lord when they're going through stuff. All right, they ain't saying like you catching hell at your job. You like, yeah, you be pissed, but you like, damn, man, call all y'all, but the fact that you can say that, hey, man, it shows that the Lord is dealing with you.
You have gratitude for the Lord's correcting you. For the Lord ultimately what the Lord is doing is He's steering us in a direction to make it. And and the elect are gonna be wanting to get steered that direction, where everybody else stay like, fuck this shit. I just want to enjoy myself. I don't want to get steered the right direction. I want to be circumvented to the world. I don't want to be conformed to the image of Yahushua. You see, because that's the path that we're going on.
God, and that's why Apostle, I think it's either Rakal or Tahar that said it, that that learn to love
That's
suffering.
Apostle Gabar.
Oh, that was a good bar.
Well, I'm pretty sure all the apostles have said it, but I remember Apostle Gabar made like a video going into that.
God, well, it was one of the apostles for sure, Salakia. But that said, learn to love suffering. All right. But I know Apostle Gabar, he did make a lesson about that what are you in the truth for? We're in the truth to suffer. Right? So it's like we must learn, really, you must learn to love suffering, because if you don't, man, you're honestly just not gonna make it. Because guess what? You're gonna get weary of His correction. You're gonna get tired of it. And you're gonna start to lose. You're gonna start getting in your emotions and start despising it. You're gonna lose sight of like the whole reason behind Him chastising you in the first place. All right, but I got this quick precept. This is Job chapter 5, verse 17.
I should have read that. I got it.
Oh, you got it. Well, you can read it if you want to.
I got you, man. This is Job chapter 5, verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh Bahashai correcteth. Therefore despise thou not the chastening of the Almighty.
God, why you think it says happy is the man that the Lord corrected? Because it's a reminder that the Lord loves me, He cares about me enough to put me through this hell to get me right. That's why it says happy is the man that the Lord corrected, man. Because guess what? we got a chance to grow. All right, we getting better. All right, the Lord is dealing with us, man. It's just a reminder. Like I said, of course it doesn't feel good, but it's a reminder, like, man, the Lord cares enough to put me through this so I ain't got to suffer later. All right, where for everybody else, man, they're gonna be going through it. We're gonna be seeing judgments that we never knew was possible. All right, the Lord's gonna far exceed them judgments that we think is gonna go, what we think is gonna happen, especially for the ones that fell out the truth. All right, there's no telling what kind of judgment that the Lord got for them, and the Lord spared us from that by putting us through the hell now. As I said, as people say in the world, suffer now and shine later. All right, that's what you think we're doing right now. We're suffering now, and hey, if we be part of that number, hey, we're gonna shine later, right?
I got a quick one for you.
Go ahead.
This James 1 in verse 2 through 4 real quick. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. So that's talking about these tribulations.
Yeah.
Any type of troubles, your job, your woman, you getting sick, all different types of plagues. You see demons hopping on people around you. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is happening is on purpose. The Lord is doing that because I want you to go through the same walk that Yahushua went through, which is what? Suffering. Verse 3. For you know when your faith is tested, your endurance has chance to grow. That's how you're going to build more patience, by you going through stuff. That's how you're going to build up the ability to have more to long suffer. So that way you make it through Jacob's trouble, the most tribulation that's ever going to be since the earth was made, man. Worse than the flood, worse than 70 AD, worse than all these time periods we done had. The Black Death, Lord's going to bring a time worse than all those times. And the only way to make it is going to be through the massive level of faith that has to be built up through what? The stuff we're going through now. And also, this James 1:4 NLT So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. You gonna make it. You gonna, like, that's what perfect means. Perfect means to be complete. So that's the way we're gonna complete our walk, is by us going through the hell. Of course, you got the living water, which is the word, but guess what? You got to go through the situations to learn how to apply those scriptures. Because the scripture's gonna be the way out of the hell that you go through, by belief and faith on Yahweh Bashim Shai and his words. That's how you're gonna be able to escape the fire part. So you need both of them.
God. Like we got back in the Hebrews.
Yeah, Hebrews 12 and verse 8. Yeah, it says, but if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then ye bastards are not sons.
God, so the ones that are without chastisement, the ones that the Lord is really not messed with, right? It's really the 2/3 and the other heathen nations, man. All right, because the Lord, he's only dealing with a remnant of Israel, even though he's dealing with Israel, but right now is a remnant of Israel. All right, because you got the 1/3, which is the ones that are going to be saved, and you got the 2/3, which is the ones that are going to perish, the ones that didn't want to turn back to serve Yahweh Bashim Shai. Therefore, y'all are bastards, man. All right, it shows that the Lord don't care about you. That's why you can live your life up here and have a jolly good time here. That's why this is your consolation right here. All right. That's why when I stated earlier that, you know, when you're in for the ones that's in the truth, we're suffering more because the Lord's actually chastising us and putting us through things. Wherefore, as the 2/3, the Lord's not really like doing too much. I mean, yeah, they're in the curses, all right? They're not exempt from those, so they're still suffering. They're not suffering as the elect will be suffering.
The Lord's making us bear it. Like, we actually having to be accountable and just bear it.
Yeah.
2/3 are escaping by their little drugs, by different things, different outlets to escape. The Lord's making us just have to just fully just take it to the chin and bear it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's harder for us. We're having to just actually go through it and live it out. 2/3 can kind of have little escape routes by drugs. They can get rich in the scheming with Esau. You know what I'm saying? They still have ways to escape. We have to just bear it right now. We're bearing the judgment right now. They're going to have to bear it later.
God.
We all got to bear it. They're going to bear it later. We're bearing it right now. Taking it head on. The Lord's giving us pieces and pieces. You know what I'm saying? You know how somebody taking shots?
Yeah.
We taking shots right now. Lord gonna had a big ass bottle and just
make them down it.
That bottle is significant for the indignation and righteous anger. The Lord putting a big ass bottle in there, they gotta just chug that whole thing.
They gonna hit that thing like Esau, pretty much.
Oh yeah, the same judgment as Esau.
They gonna get the same judgment Esau. Like Esau gonna get all the shit he done to him in 1 hour.
And it's not gonna be no outlets to escape like the brothers going into, because as like when you come into the truth, it's the truth. You gotta bear the whole truth.
Yeah.
You fucked up, and guess what? You can't get saved till I get you out of here. We gotta live that out. You know, and it's only gonna get worse until I deliver you out of here. Yeah. We gotta bear that. 2/3, they have escape outlets. Oh, I got drugs, I got money, I got this, I got that. Some brothers might have money, but the Lord has set it where they're getting played, purged out any other ways, man. Other hells they gotta catch, go through. Infirmities, everything.
And bottom line, think about it. Righteous mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because brothers gotta have a lot of money, but having that righteous mindset, what they're gonna do, they're gonna be vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Just that right there alone, just being vexed with the operation of how this world maneuvers. You know what I'm saying? Because you hate evil. You know what I'm saying? So your comrades over here want to hit a cigar and shit. You smelling that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dudes smacking on lobster and shit, like stuff like that vexes us, man.
Shit, brothers catch hell with people around them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you notice, a lot of guys that have success, Esau be targeting them. They be getting hit. Esau be doing shit. They be getting jacked up by Esau by certain stuff, paying more taxes, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? They paying high ass taxes, and Esau got their area of land jacked up.
Exactly.
Some brothers can't be able to access their money. Esau taking their money right directly at their account. Different things, man. So that shows you that, man. Hey, man, we having to live through it, man. But we need Yahweh Bashim Shai to deliver us out. Y'all got it, bro.
Hebrews 12 and 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
God, so we show respect unto them. All right, you get a butt whooping by your father. All right, you show respect to them. That's pretty much is what it's saying. You keep going.
God, shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
God, so how much more, the Father of all spirits? All right, he whoops you. Shouldn't you be showing him more respect? Or are you gonna just rebel more? As what these 2/3 doing, man? Because I know it's a scripture that go into it that like the Lord
stricken thee anymore.
I think I don't know, but it went something along the lines where Lord, like he'll the more that he whoops the nation of Israel, if I'm not mistaken, the worse they get, basically, yeah. But we ain't got to get that. But whatchamacallit, yeah. So how much more Yahweh Bashim Shai, him chastising us, he disciplining us, because that's what our fathers do to us. When they whoop you with their belt, it's a discipline thing. Okay, you get a whooping, you make sure you don't do that no more. How much more Yahweh Bashim Shai? When you getting chastised, whether it's at your job or you're going through a body infirmity or whatever it may be, however the Lord decided to do it, how much more respect you should show him. All right, because that what reverence goes into respect. All right, but keep going.
See what I mean? Like that's the point of whooping somebody's ass. Like a baby, they touch some shit they ain't supposed to touch. You see pain, hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Lord doing his elect. We fucked up and the Lord like, I'm hurt, pain. That's what happens when you do that shit. So that's the elect are doing. They're coming back to the obedience. That's why it says King David said, "This good that I suffer, because I've caused me to go in our ways."
Yeah.
The house of David is the elect. They're doing the same thing. The Lord is jacking us up, and we feeling pain. So we like, man, we got to come back to the Lord. It's bringing us to obedience. While everybody else they getting worse.
Yeah.
Verse 10. For they verily, for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
Yeah, because the Lord, he's not benefiting from just whooping us. He ain't just doing it just for the hell of it. The Lord is chastising us for our profit, that we get better. That Lord willing, that we make it. All right, we make it and be part of the elect. All right, because Lord, he's not benefiting from whooping you. All right, he does it because he cares about you, he loves you, and he wants you to make it. But if you just can't endure it, all right, you get tired of it or whatever, then guess what? Hey, Lord, like, hey, it is what it is. All right, it ain't nothing for the Lord to replace you, because he still got others that he got to take care of. Right? And what else is a? Oh no, that was it.
Yeah, you wanted to verse 11 now, don't you?
Yeah, verse 11.
All right, this is Hebrews 12 and 11. Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous but grievous.
God, so no. Now, when you're going through the chastisement, man, all right, we understand that you're not gonna be all like, it's like just stupid happy, and in other words, it doesn't feel good. Let me just put it like that.
Yeah, bottom line, it hurt.
Yeah,
it hurt. If the Lord hit you with a body infirmity, it hurt. It hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurt.
Yep.
It's going to hurt. So, like I said, no chastisement seems joyous but grievous. Okay, of course, at the moment you're going through the chastening, you like, man. You know what I'm saying? It hurt. But that's when that spirit come back in and have you understand that this is needed for you to, well, the reverse is going to pretty much explain it, though.
Go ahead.
It says, no chastening for the present seems to be joyous but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
God, so there's a reward from basically enduring them chastisement, which is ultimately that growth. All right, you feel better. You feel you gotten stronger. You're like, dang, I really made it out of that through the power of Spirit Yahweh Bashim Shai, and it feels like that pretty much every time. All right, because there's situations that brothers got many testimonies on that they've been through that they didn't think they were gonna make it through. There's times when brothers, they might have got weak in the faith, like, dang, I don't know if I could do this or whatever. But the Lord, hey, they prayed to the Lord, and Lord pulled them through, and they still here. So when you endure these chastisements, it's a benefit onto us, man. It's making us stronger, better, and it's bringing us closer onto Yahweh Bashim Shai. But yeah, go ahead.
You got that? You got the Hebrews 2 as well? You got that?
What you finna get right now?
I got Romans 5.
What 5? What?
3 and 4.
I mean, yeah, you go ahead and get it.
Yeah, this Romans 5 and verse 3 and 4 NLT. We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that it may help us develop endurance. Which is what is endurance gonna give us? That's gonna help allow you to have patience. Faith. Cause like when you're enduring something, you have, as brother said, faith. If like for order for you to endure long suffering, you got faith that the outcome will change. Yep.
10.
You got faith the outcome gonna change. Verse 4. And endurance develops strength of character, and character strengthens our confidence, hope of salvation. So ultimately, like the brother was saying, faith. That's that endurance or enduring these trials is gonna do. It's gonna build up your faith. It's gonna make it to the point where you learn to continue to push forward, regardless of how the circumstances or the side of the situation is. You still push forward. you still can believe the outcome could change by way of the Yahweh Shem Shai. That has to be exercised into you. That can't just be that you ain't just gonna have that. No, it gotta be exercised to you. You gotta
God, because we're gonna be put in situations where it's gonna look like there's really no reason to believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, but you gotta believe. Right, and we're really going through that now with certain situations, because there's situations that bro's been put in that they didn't think they were gonna make it out of, but through faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, they made it out of it. All right, but we can get that James.
This is James chapter 5 verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
God, so you could read in the scriptures of really these these are examples of really, dang it, what was I gonna say, Slakia?
Examples of the faith.
Yeah, basically, yeah, they're examples of the faith. Sirach 2:10, that's what I was thinking about. Look at the generations of old. I see that any trust in the Lord was confounded. All right, to whom forsaken. So when we read these scriptures about the prophets, like Prophet Job, Abraham, Isaac, what else, Noah, when we read stuff about that, man, we look at them, and we're supposed to look at them as an example of what to do. Yeah. All right, and we also got examples of what not to do. All right, Saul, that's the first one I can think about, just Saul. But we supposed to be looking onto Noah and them, right, for when they suffer affliction. And what else to say? Affliction and what else?
It said affliction, suffering, and patience.
And patience, man. All right, suffering, affliction, sufferings, and patience, man. So they're examples of what to do when you are going through it, man. In other words, it's just keeping your faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and endure it. All right, and then when you endure that, man, you get rewarded for that. All right, you get stronger, you get better, and then you can. And Scripture says in Matthew 24, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. Right, so we have to endure all these things, because if we don't, then you're not going to make it to the end. All right, that's why it says he that endure to the end. All right, not endure halfway, not endure until you just stop feeling like it. You got to endure all the trials and tribulations. All right, and I think the word endure in that scripture was going to endure hardships, troubles, misfortunes. You got to endure all that, and requires patience and faith in Yahweh Shem Shai.
You got to keep that. You got to keep that trust in the Lord.
Yeah,
and keep hoping in the Lord's, believing in the Lord's saving power through all those things you're going through. Because ultimately, that's what the Lord's doing. He's proving us. He's proving us to be that. Are we that precious fine gold? Are we those true servants of Him, or are we not?
Yep.
Like when it's easy to do, to serve the Lord when everything's going good in your life, but when everything's going bad, because look at everybody else in the world. God is good and all that, but stuff going good, that's why they in that spirit. But when stuff start going bad, they change. You see? And some of them don't even say that. They'll just wait until they get jacked the hell up, and then be trying to call themselves trying to go to church and get all, you know what I'm saying? But that just shows that they really not down with the Lord. Mm-hmm. They only do it because they only do it like for their own occasion. But right now, when you go through these trials, tribulations, the Lord tries you out. It makes to the point where it's like it's real hard to serve the Lord, and you still do it. That proves you truly believe on Him. I got this.
Dude, y'all got anything else? I'm gonna end it off with this.
I got it.
No, you got it.
All right, well, we gonna end it off with this then.
This Hebrews 2:10. For it became Him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto their glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through the sufferings.
God, the captain of our salvation. The captain of our salvation is Yahweh Shai. All right, if He was made perfect through the sufferings, the trials and tribulations that He went through, how much more us? And perfect just means complete. All right, so it's important that we count it all joy, because we get to do the same thing Yahweh Shai did. We get to suffer as He did, and through His suffering made Him perfect. How much more us? So it's needed. It's needed for us to suffer. All right, that's why you might as well get used to it. I think Apostle Rakal said it, make love to it, right? To suffering, because it's not going nowhere. All right, so in order for you to make it, we have to suffer. And if the captain of our salvation, which is Yahweh Shai, made perfect through suffering, guess what? We gonna fall in that same stead. So count it all but joy that you suffer in the names of Yahweh Shem Shai. At least you're not suffering in vain like these 2/3 are. All right, that's at least you're not suffering like that. So just keep going, keep fighting, and prepare for more. All right, prepare for more trials and tribulations to come, because it's going to come. But any one of y'all had anything else to say?
No, I just want to say, you got to think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like it says, the Wisdom of Solomon 5, it speaks about how they was amazed at the, the strength of the salvation. You know what I'm saying? So really, at the end of the day, man, we suffering right now, but the reward we're gonna receive, everybody gonna want to be in. They gonna wish they would have suffered.
Yep.
With Yahweh Shai. They're gonna wish they would have did those things, because this suffering and the reward that Yahweh Shai is gonna give us for the suffering is not just gonna be here salvation. It's gonna carry on to the next world to come. We're gonna be in a higher echelon of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, at the end of the day, all Israelites is going to be on a high level. Scriptures say, as the little of you should be as David, but if the little of them going to be as David, we can't even fathom David rulership. Imagine the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord going to give you an everlasting name. You're going to be in the upper echelon of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And if you are, you know what I'm saying, joint heirs to Yahweh Shai. So, it's gonna be amazing. You know what I'm saying? The reward the Lord is gonna give us is gonna far exceed these sufferings that we're going through. Same thing with Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can't, what Yahweh Shai went through can't even amount to the amount of the things that Yahweh gave him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just to add that there.
God, you got anything to say yourself? Well, hey, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I'm gonna end it off by saying, Call Halal, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yasharala.
Shalom.